To see how the click-through probability would affect the number of page views needed, recall that the standard error depends on the click-through probability. Specifically, the standard error is proportional to the square root of p times 1 minus p. So for example, if the probability were 0.5, the standard error would be proportional to the square root of 0.5 times 0.5, which comes out to 0.5. On the other hand, if the probability were either 0.1 or 0.9, then the standard error would be proportional to 0.3. It turns out that as your probability gets closer to 0.5 and further away from extremes like 0.1 or 0.9, then your standard error increases. Thus, increasing the click-through probability, but not above 0.5, would increase the standard error, which means that I'd also need to increase the number of page views in order to reduce the standard error back to its original level. So now in the online calculator, I'll try increasing the baseline conversion rate to 20%. And sure enough, the sample size went up to about 6,000. Now if you increase your practical significance level, you're saying you no longer care about detecting a 2% change. You would need the change to be larger than 2% before you cared about detecting it. Larger changes are easier to detect, so you shouldn't need as many page views. So here I'll try increasing the practical significance level to 5%, and the sample size needed goes down to about 1,000 page views per branch. If you increase your confidence level, you're saying that you want to be more certain that a change has occurred before you reject the null. In essence, you're being more conservative. You could accomplish that by rejecting the null less often, but then your sensitivity would go down. If you want to keep sensitivity the same, you'll need to increase the number of page views you collect. So I'll try this out and increase the confidence level by decreasing alpha. And the number of page views needed has gone up. Now it's about 1,500 instead of 1,000. Finally, as you've seen before, if you want to increase the sensitivity of your experiment, you'll need to collect more page views to narrow the distribution. So I'll try increasing sensitivity here, and the number of page views needed goes up. Now it's about 2,000 per group.